There's been a lot of COVID misinformation coming from establishment and establishment figures, and we've been debunking it going all along. All the stuff that they were saying about natural immunity, about masks, about lockdowns, about herd immunity, about where the origin of the virus, the funding of the gain of function, ivermectin is a horse poison, all that stuff we've been debunking and exposing that they've been lying nonstop since this started, and they have been. And so now there's a story of this woman who was very pro-COVID narrative, the establishment COVID narrative, and she said she was a frontline doctor. Turns out she's not. She was a liar. Turns out she was just full. Well, here we go. I'm here, by the way, I'm here with Kurt Metzger. Hi, Kurt. How are you?
Hey, man.
Good to see you. Kurt, where are you going to be on tour?
I'm going to be at Sam Ann's Comedy Club.
In Virginia Beach?
Virginia, yeah. The 5th through 7th. KurtMetzgerComedy.com.
And we're going to be in Des Moines, Omaha, Kansas City, Las Vegas. Go to JimmyDoreComedy.com for a link for all those tickets. Here's the story. A New York City pediatrician spent the COVID-19 pandemic complaining online about her grueling 12-hour days in full PPE on the front lines. That sounds funny. Only to be revealed as a school doctor with a plum 9-to-5 job, according to an explosive report. Dr. Risa Hoshino had emerged as one of the preeminent physician influencers at the height of the pandemic. She was one of the biggest influencers. That's a lot of work, by the way, to be an influencer. Probably adds up to 12 hours a day of influencing. You got to stay ahead of all the choreographed vaccine dance numbers of your competitors. It's hard.
Yeah.
So she created a reputation for herself online as an expert in treating children with COVID-19 and long COVID symptoms, according to the Substack blogger Sarah Beth Berwick. But according to the report, Hoshino has been misrepresenting her job and exaggerating about working long hours in the hospital and saving coronavirus-stricken children. She's a liar. She has a $170,000 a year gig as a New York City public school pediatrician, with most of her work being done remotely. Wow. Wow. While Hoshino reported, wow, right? While
What's a Joe Biden amount to be off in your stupid story? I was the top of my class. He was 70th in the class.
While Hoshino reportedly often posed up in personal protection equipment and scrubs, she complained about being overworked and disrespected by her patients and used her public platform to promote mask wearing and vaccinations. Her Instagram page painted a very different picture. On her Instagram account, the raven-haired physician was reportedly seen in bikini shots looking carefree on the beach, a far cry from the worn-out COVID doctor persona that she cultivated on Twitter. Nearly all of Hoshino's personal media accounts have since been deleted and made private. Oh, so she was on the front lines, like parties at the beach and stuff. Okay.
The most dangerous place of all.
Other images reportedly showed the beaming doctor having maskless drinks with friends, even as she continued beating the drum about the importance of face coverings on Twitter. Well, who would have thunk it? If you had to listen to crying children all day who are devastated that they may never recover from long COVID and not being able to tell them that everything will be okay, will you still not wear a mask? She tweeted in March 2022. I mean, I'm just asking hypothetically. Somebody brought it up at that party I was at last night on the beach.
Why? I don't even understand. Let's say that wasn't bullshit and she saw that. What is shouldn't the kid have worn a mask?
Yeah.
Like, why am I?
Tell the kid to wear the mask. A few weeks later, Hoshino wrote on Twitter, "Not sure how someone can tell me to my face that COVID is over as I stand there in my scrubs, N95, face shield, exhausted from treating all the COVID patients who are either severely ill or have long COVID. Unless you're us, you'll never get it. You'll never get it. Not sure how someone can tell me to my face that COVID is over because, I'm home alone all day working remotely. Maybe you could tell me to my face over a Zoom meeting or something. Otherwise, you'd have to catch me at the beach. But it's a private beach, so probably not." The following day, she tweeted, "Sometimes I walk home in my scrubs and N95 mask and stare at the bars full of unmasked people yelling, laughing, with spit flying, no vax status checked, and no testing required. The utter contrast of my life with theirs seems so surreal. When will my time be to live my life?" Holy shit. Making it all up.
It seems so surreal, bordering on didn't happen.
Yeah. In at least one post, she asked her followers to contribute $5 each to her personal coffee fund.
No.
Saying she was overworked and underpaid, and hundreds of people donated, according to the report. On March 21st, she reportedly wrote, "I just spent 12 hours straight in an N95 mask. Was it uncomfortable? Yes. Was it annoying as hell? Yes. I was using it as a thong." That's what she should have put. I was on the beach. But according to the report, Hoshino's social media account revealed that she worked remotely throughout 2020. One of Hoshino's co-workers reportedly told the blogger that school pediatricians like Hoshino generally do not treat COVID patients or wear PPE for 12 hours. For the past 4 years, she has worked for the New York City Department of Health and Mental Hygiene as a city medical specialist, earning $170,000 last year, according to this see-through something with some of the a website that tracks that kind of stuff. The
Mental
New York
hygiene. Wow.
Yeah. The New York City Department of Health and Mental Hygiene confirmed her employment and said it's possible that a person in her position could have worked in hospitals or on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic, but a spokesperson declined to say if she had actually done so. In the role, she was reportedly involved with public health education and acted as a liaison with pediatricians and other specialists to ensure students' medical needs are met. During a Zoom Q&A session in October 2020, which is still available on YouTube, she confirmed that she works normal hours and has a 9-to-5 job. No weekends, no calls. She bragged to her viewers while touting a pediatrician's healthy work-life balance. "I am currently a city medical specialist and also working as a New York City public and private school pediatrician," she said. She has also reportedly often posed in personal protection equipment. We already talked about this. In February this year, Medical Marketing and Media named her as one of its top 12 physician influences on Instagram, where she had built a 112,000 strong following. Holy F. To bolster her case for wearing masks and vaccinating children, she tweeted an endless series of heartbreaking stories about her young patients, most of whom, it turns out, are stuffed animals. On March 26, she wrote, "A 9-year-old patient. Sorry, doc, I lost my train of thought again. She used to be a completely healthy A+ student and star athlete, but she got long COVID and she's now struggling in school, cannot walk upstairs, and has constant fatigue palpitations. Please," and she puts a mask emoji and a syringe emoji, "please get your mask and vaccinated for you and for her." So she's pushing that garbage. Oh my God, her little pony has COVID. Anyway,
My Little Pony.
a day later, Hoshino tweeted that, by her estimates, up to a quarter of all her patients end up with long COVID symptoms.
Oh my God.
Try telling a child that you have no idea when they're going to be normal again and see them tear up. They could potentially suffer for the rest of their life. Seriously, try telling a child that. I'm just curious. I have no idea what would happen. I don't do actual doctor stuff. And so
That's for another slide, I think.
no, that's it.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Oh, Cheetos, please. She says she pleaded, her pleas garnered thousands of retweets and likes, with many parents vowing to vaccinate their kids and to continue wearing masks. See, her lies did do a lot of good.
Yeah.
I bet the parents won't even be upset. "Ha, you got me good, fake doctor. I vaxxed my kids like 4 times. I got to keep an eye on you. You and your pro-COVID fear-mongering." Here she is. "I estimate that 20 to 25% of my pediatric COVID patients end up having long COVID." So there it is. That's the tweet. Yeah, well, 20 to 25%. That's, of course, she's making it up because she doesn't even. Okay. And then she says, not sure how someone can tell me too. That's it. There it is again. There's that other one. Okay. We already did this. Controlled studies ease worries widespread long COVID in kids. So there's been a lot of people pushing the fear-mongering button on kids are going to get long COVID, you moron. Would you quit saying things that are true factually because kids are going to get long COVID? That's what people yell at me on Twitter.
So she was getting her information from them, and they were in turn getting it from her, like a circle of.
Yeah. So severe complications from COVID-19 are extreme. When is this from? Let me see. This is from February 14th, 2022. Severe complications from COVID-19 are extremely rare in those under 18. So people running around trying to make you shit your pants over kids getting long COVID are fearmongers and propagandists. And they're either willingly or unwittingly, I don't know. But they yell at me a lot on Twitter. And they don't know the science. You know who I catch the most guff from people in social media over my COVID coverage? People who don't know the science. People who have no idea, and people who tell me to shut up because I don't have kids. People who know nothing almost about COVID are the loudest screamers about it. And they also tell me to shut up because I don't have kids. What? That's the equivalent of saying, I don't have an argument. I just want you to shut up.
I only know 2 people that got long COVID, and they were both vaccinated. Like, it wasn't from COVID. Well, I know people died from COVID.
I presented medically the same markers as someone who had long COVID, and I never got COVID. At that time, I had gotten the vaccine. So for fewer than 1% of those under age 18 diagnosed with COVID have needed to be even hospitalized. And that number is declining. So again, a hospitalization rate, not a death rate, a hospitalization rate of under 1%. And now if you have monoclonals and you have fluvoxamine, those bring it down by 70 to 80%. So do you see what's happening?
What was her guesstimate again of her patients?
She said 20 to 25%.
Wow.
Yeah. And less than 1% even need to go to a hospital. So studies indicate that long COVID in children is rare, and when it does occur, it's short-lived. In one study, 97% of children ages 5 to 11 with COVID-19 recovered completely within 4 weeks. In the small group that had bothersome symptoms after 4 weeks, usually loss of smell or fatigue, most had fully recovered by 8 weeks. But the doctor influencer said it was 20 to 25% of her child patients, and they'll never be normal again.
She said that to them.
That's what she said. And watch them tear up.
What kind of doctor says that?
What kind of doctor says that to a kid? You're never going to get better. What?
You'll never be normal.
You'll never be normal. Now tear up. I have to live tweet this. In 2 other studies that concluded scientific controls, the rates of long COVID symptoms were nearly the same in children who had tested positive for COVID-19 compared with those who didn't. In other words, other factors were to blame in many or most of these cases. Oh, yeah? Well, tell that to this fake Dr. Tickle Me Elmo, who can't walk anymore. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Indeed, children who had not had COVID-19 reported higher rates of many symptoms, including difficulty concentrating and muscle pains. Nearly every long COVID symptom except the loss of smell and taste. So there you go. You're going to be finding out a lot of stuff about a lot of people bullshitting. Now, we've pointed out how Dr. Fauci is not only a liar, but a pathological liar. Not only a pathological liar, but a criminal liar, because he lied to Congress twice about funding the gain-of-function Wuhan virus clinic to do gain of function. And he's lied by omission about ivermectin. He's lied about by omission about natural immunity. He's lied flat out about herd immunity. He's lied flat out about masks. He's lied flat out about funding gain of function. He's a liar. Dr. Fauci. And so you're going to find out a lot of this. And the people who were not skeptical even a little bit should be embarrassed, but they're not. They're still angry at me. So the people who got COVID wrong all along and just repeated Dr. Fauci and the CDC's talking points and did absolutely no critical or skeptical thinking on any of it, but were just actually more authoritarian than the actual government, those people will never apologize to me, just like they never apologized about Russiagate. Those people will never say they were wrong. They'll never say they were sorry. And, but they will blame me, which I guess is par for the course. So that's what we're used to at this show. We stick our chin out. We get something right, something all the other people are afraid to say. We say it. We're correct. People attack us for it. And then eventually everybody realizes we were right. That's usually how it goes around here. And why is it, Jimmy? Why is it that Jimmy Dore is able to do this consistently? It's because I'm not trying to get a job in journalism or politics. That's why. I'm the disruptor. I'm the outsider. I don't want their money. I don't want a job from them. That's why I can tell every one of them to fuck off. And that's why I can tell you the truth about people like Cenk Uygur. I don't want a job from him. I can tell you the truth about Ryan Grimm and the D.C. Bureau Chief of The Intercept, because I don't want a job from him. Other people can't tell you the truth about those types of people because they want jobs from them.
Well, I just want to go to the Met Gala.
Me too. I want to go to the Met Gala. And so that's why I'm able to do this. And I don't care if I have access to politicians. I don't need politicians to have a successful show. They need me to get their message out or not. So anyway, you're going to see a lot more of this happening, and you're going to see a lot more YouTube shows who are afraid to tell you the truth about COVID, who are afraid to tell you the truth about the Democratic Party. You're going to see them continue to fail and lose 1,000 subscribers every other week. We're doing live stand-up shows in Cleveland, Columbus, Pittsburgh, Des Moines, Omaha, Kansas City, Las Vegas, all over the country. Go to jimmydorcomedy.com for a link for tickets. And single tickets now available at all venues. So if you tried to buy one before and you couldn't, single tickets are now available. Plus, while you're at jimmydorcomedy.com, why don't you become a premium member? Sign up to our mailing list so when they cancel us, we can still stay in touch.